Hi there, my name's Genevieve. I'm just here hanging out in Hyde Park and I felt compelled to do a little video about curses. Now, I'm an energy healer, so in my line of work I come across a lot of people that have been cursed, and I just wanted to kind of bring clarity to that whole issue, just in case you or someone you know has been cursed and you want to find a way in which to resolve the issue. So the first thing you need to know is actually that curses are actually real. They are a lot more common than people realize, and the reason for this is because you don't actually need a witch doctor or some voodoo god to be able to cast a curse. It's really just energy that sometimes people get angry, they think things they don't really mean, and that sends an energy out there. And if the person decides to accept the curse for whatever reason, and I mean this subconsciously, I don't mean consciously accepting the curse, then they take on the curse. And basically what a curse does is it's kind of like this energetic net that's over you and kind of keeps you stuck in one place. Now, of course, I mean that it depends what the curse is for. Maybe it's designed to keep you in one place in one area of your life, but the result really is that you end up stuck, you can't move forward, or bad things happen to you. So here's what I want to explain. We all have free will over our life. We all choose what we decide to create. Now, no one can take that away from you without you allowing that. So when you accept a curse, there's a number of reasons why you might do this. So the first one is that you may not understand your own power, you may not understand your free will, and for that reason you think that you subconsciously think that you have no choice, but you do have choice. So know now that you no longer have to accept it. The other reason is that perhaps maybe you've grown up in an environment where people were really scared of this kind of thing. So, places like Jamaica, Africa, where cursing is quite common, people can get really frightened. And when you become afraid of something, it means that you're giving that thing your power. You don't think that you're as powerful as that thing, and so it's able to harm you. So if you choose not to be afraid, the curse can't actually do anything. It just kind of bounces off you, and that's that. Now, there's another reason why people will accept subconsciously a curse, and this is because they're learning something from it. So maybe they are learning to fully stand in their power. Maybe they're learning to move forward with grace and ease, whatever it is. If this is the case, then what you actually want to do is go to a healer who can, preferably a Theta healer, because they kind of know how to resolve curses really easily. So what you would need is you need the information that you're learning subconsciously in order for you to let go of that curse. Now, there's another reason why people tend to take on curses, and that's because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves, or they're afraid of being a success, or they're afraid of the unknown, they're afraid of moving forward. See, if you're afraid of any of these things and you're cursed, it kind of takes away your responsibility, because it means that you don't really have any choice. It's not your fault, you're just the victim, and so you're stuck. It's like the perfect excuse not to move forward. So if you're watching this and you think that you are cursed, and that's kind of striking a little bit of emotion in yourself, you think maybe that's the case, again, you're going to want to go check out a healer, go talk to a healer and resolve those underlying fears, and then what will happen is that curse no longer exists. Now, the other thing that's important to understand about curses is that if somebody believes that they're cursed, they are cursed. It doesn't matter whether or not that somebody else has created the curse. If they believe that the person has created the curse, it's the same thing. So if you discover that you are cursed by someone, you don't necessarily want to then get really angry about it, be like, oh my God, that person's cursed me, rah, rah, work yourself up into a frenzy, because really it may be something that you've created yourself, just because of one of these reasons. You're afraid of moving forward, afraid of success, all of that kind of stuff. So rather than focusing on the fact that you are cursed or that somebody you know has been cursed and it's a really bad thing and it's scary and it can do all this harm to you, it's much better to just see the attitude that it's a learning experience and that you're going to grow from it and you're going to become more empowered because of what you've been through. So you can actually test to see whether you have been cursed. You can do this through muscle testing. So if you've been well hydrated and you stand up and you say yes, so close your eyes and say yes, if you're well hydrated, your body will lean slightly forward. And then if you say no, your body will lean slightly back. And then you can say a statement and see which way your body leans. And that will tell you what you're holding within your subconscious. So you can say, I'm cursed, or I've been cursed, or whatever it is you want to test. And if you've discovered that there is one there, don't freak out. You can you are the most powerful thing in your universe. So you can actually just decide to let it go, imagine yourself letting it go. That may work. If it doesn't, then get in touch with a healer. So if you want to speak to a Theta healer, you can do so. You can find one in your area on www.thetahealing.com. I do one-to-one sessions, so if you want to get in touch with me, you can click the link below this video. I do sessions by Skype, so you can be anywhere in the world, and it usually only takes one session to get rid of a curse. So I hope that video is helpful for you. Yeah, good luck.